In March 2026, Tehran saw the skies going dark, not with the stillness of the night, but with clouds of smoke and black rain. The sooty downpour was a novel sight to many, but not the first in West Asia. Similar black rain occurred after oil wells in Kuwait were set ablaze during the 1991 Gulf War. It felt like looking at the gates of hell, said a Kuwaiti national. Every explosion leaves more than rubble. It leaves scars on the planet. Dust and debris echo the lives lost and displaced. But when the destruction seeps into the earth, it begins to endanger the voiceless. Let's probe further to see the toxic legacies. The damage caused by war isn't always visible. Toxic smoke billows into the skies, chemicals seep into rivers, and soil becomes a slow-moving hazard, leaving us with a poisoned planet. To fully understand its impact, it is important to distinguish active environmental warfare from the collateral environmental damage of war. Active environmental warfare, or ecocide, is often classified as a war crime and has been argued to be the fifth crime against peace, as seen with Agent Orange during the Vietnam War. Collateral environmental damage is addressed under international humanitarian law, guided by principles of proportionality and necessity. With war, militaries clear vegetation, drain wetlands, and disrupt ecosystems, removing cover and forcing populations to flee. Greenlee estimates the US military alone released nearly 2 billion metric tons of greenhouse gases in the early 6 days of the war. Hence, one can imagine the stats, including other forces and infrastructure damage. Shockingly, military emissions reporting is voluntary, leading to massive amounts of fuel use being unreported. Oil shortages have pushed some countries back to coal, increasing emissions. Heavy energy use, burning fuel, and damaged systems drive greenhouse gas emissions higher, with detrimental effects on an already weakened atmosphere. In the Gulf, some pollutants disperse, but heavy metals and toxics settle into sediments, creating long-term environmental risk to mangroves such as those in Qeshm, Iran, and part of UAE. Beyond the air, water, and soil, war claims another set of victims, silent casualties that include human health, wildlife, and entire ecosystems. Bahrain, Oman, and Tehran nationals reported burning eyes, headaches, and lung irritation, suggesting toxic fallout from burning oil and resulting fumes. Countries in the Persian Gulf region rely on desalination plants for drinking water. Damage or contamination poses serious health and security risks. Attacks on ammonia-producing plants could release toxic chemicals, threatening communities. In Gaza, the estimated 61 million tons of debris includes potentially 800,000 tons or more contaminated with asbestos and other toxic materials whose microscopic fibers cause serious health concerns. Basic environmental science teaches us that oil and water do not mix, as seen with the large number of dead black seahorses washed up on the Odessa coast in Ukraine in early 2026. Pollution from damaged infrastructure, fuel spills, and toxic contaminants are probable causes. The Persian Gulf is shallow, with limited circulation, meaning oil spills persist much longer than in open oceans, leading to long-term habitat damage. The Gulf's waters support seagrass meadows and coral habitats, home to dugongs and endangered Indian Ocean humpback dolphins, making it especially vulnerable to oil concentration. Mammals risk inhaling oil. Oil disrupts animals with water-repelling fur or feathers, creating a domino effect that reaches those on land. The Iran-Israel-US conflict highlights both the immediate and long-term costs of modern warfare. Beyond environmental damage, the economic fallout hits developing nations the hardest, weakening stability and limiting access to essential resources. In the aftermath, rebuilding often prioritizes infrastructure and survival, while environmental recovery is left behind. International frameworks do exist, The Fourth Geneva Convention and the UN Environmental Programme provides guidelines to prevent environmental exploitation during armed conflict. November 6th marks the International Day for preventing the exploitation of the environment in war and armed conflict. However, taking into account what is at stake, stricter regulations and effective strategies must be enforced. War shapes more than borders. It reshapes ecosystems, health, and the future of life itself. Acknowledging the suffering of the planet doesn't diminish human loss. It deepens our understanding of it. Because the question is no longer just who survives war, but what kind of world survives it.